on July 7th, an album came out that would define the summer. This album was met with unanimous critical acclaim, created dozens of parodies, and even somehow worked its way into politics. Of course, I'm talking about No Hands by Joey Valence and Brae. Today, I'm going to show you how I turned this pile of shit and made this semi-official looking custom CD.
Hyperpunk Peaches.
Let me give you a brief rundown what you need to customize when making a CD. Rip the cover, make an inside cover, make an inside insert, and then finally make a track list. Most importantly, make some disc art. Now we're all on the same page. Alright, this is my knockoff Photoshop I have. Now if you notice, I already kind of have a template for what I want. That's because I made a Joey Valence and Brae CD last summer for their Punk Tactics album. So I'm just making a few adjustments here. The first thing I knew I had to get right was match the gradient used on the cover of No Hands. As you'll see, this actually became one of the most prominent design elements for this whole custom CD that I made. I felt like the noise I added to it was really the final touches to make it match up pretty well. Now what I'm making here is actually what's going to go behind the compact disc in the case. So I really wanted to use their two kind of little doodle logos that they have, and then I matched it to some of the colors that they're wearing on the cover, just to kind of give that cohesive through line. I really love when CDs feel like they kind of have an overarching design, so I kind of tried to capture that here in this custom CD I'm making. Joey V and Brae actually made a documentary for the making of No Hands. So I found this great little frame where it had this like pixelated text talking about that. So I tried to do my best to match up my text for the CD with the text that he showed off in the video. That just took some minor adjustments. Then I thought it would be really fun to kind of give it like a vintage VHS look, because that's very much the style that they have. As you can see, I kind of tweaked with doing that kind of like red and blue effect a little bit, but in the end I felt like it cluttered up the design more than it actually helped, so. Alright, now it came around to making the track list. Now, I'm not too happy with the track list I made for Punk Tactics, so this one I tried to make sure to do a little bit more professional. I knew I'd seen the back track list with them flipping the camera off before, so I did some digging to try and find it, and ultimately I found it on their Instagram. Really all I did with this though was mostly just split apart the track list, make the sizing a little bit better, and then I still want to incorporate their kind of classic logo, so I tried to throw that on the back of Brae's vest. Now after all the design work was done, it was time to actually print these out. And I mean, there's really nothing advanced to it. I have just standard Epson inkjet printer, so. Alright, now the really fun part to me is cutting these out. This one really starts feeling real, so. You know, you can see me, I didn't quite get the sizing right the first time, a little bit of trimming. Now, if you see that back art that I display up there, that's kind of interesting, because I actually tried to go with a more cluttered design inspired from the JPEG Mafia album I have on CD, but in the end I felt like it was just too visually demanding, so instead I just snagged a picture from their Instagram. It has incredible fucking aura to it, so I decided to go with that. Alright, next up was burning the actual CD. As you can see, I've just got this little external burner, so all you gotta do, throw the disc in and then format it right. Alright, I use this fucking Wondershare CD burner. It's probably giving my computer millions of viruses. And we're done! Doesn't this disc art look so nice? Well, this is by far the hardest part of the CD making process. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how I try to cut these out with perfect circles. If that doesn't work, then fuck it. This one I'm using a knife on. Oh. Okay, as you can see, the initial cut, not as clean as I would like. If you can tell, I kind of over-designed these, that way there is room for error. Alright, and that's it with the center cut out. That's what we would be looking at. That's kind of what I'm after though. Alright, and then here's how that one looks. Ultimately, I decided to go with the second disc art that I'd cut out, just because I felt like you got a little bit more of the information in there.
Bust that! Bust that! Run, you sucker, keep up the pace. Dropping mad gears, kicking dirt in your face. You a lazy Larry, I'm a Dapper Dan. Asian motherfucker, cooking up spam.
Hyperpunk peaches.
You do not compare, I'm sweet like a pear. Never did drugs, shout out there. I am Big Ben, you a T-Bow. Better take a knee from the kitchen elbow. See me in the street, make it say what?